have increased it by 50%. Others have also increased it by a whooping 100%. Now, the Ghana National Council of Private Schools have been justifying why the increment. In fact, they are saying with the high cost of living, they do not have any option than to increase it to be able to effectively run the various schools.
Business has been rough. If you look at from August coming down, August, September, October, November, December, and even entry into this year, it has been very tough. If you look at how prices of goods and services have been increased astronomically, it has affected all fields of operation. Parents are complaining about increment in school fees, but we can't help it. Even the Association of Textbooks, they came to the media and announced that parents should stand still because there is going to be increment in all these prices of textbooks. So we can't help it. It has become inevitable. And in fact, it is a worrying matter, most especially when we are entering into the new academic term, where parents have to, buy books, uniforms, new uniforms for kids, buy other staffs, and also we have also adjusted the school fees because we want to break even. Privatization in Ghana, the government doesn't support wholeheartedly. At the end of the day, we become financially displaced because you reckon that we are charged with taxes, municipal charges, corporate taxes, and we need to expand. But we are also the engine of growth as far as the economy is concerned. We have to employ more people. Now, people graduate from universities and masters, especially in my school. You have masters and people with degrees, double degrees, who are employed here. We can't help it.
Enoch Jetwa is the executive director of NACOF.
When you establish your school, it is a constitutionally mandate for you to maintain it. You don't establish it and leave it like that. You have to maintain it. And maintenance comes with costs. So it was upon that cost that we share. We distribute it with the parents that have decided to enroll their children in the private schools. If you look at the current situation that the private schools are going through and the general economic situation the country is facing, there's no doubt that private schools will not increase their school fees. There's a way of paying. Somebody can say pay 90% as at now. You may not have the 90%. Someone also say that pay 20% every month, pay this percentage, and by the end of the day, you pay all. So that is the kind of innovation and a kind of strategies that you introduce into this. Because where we are now, if things come down, why not? You reduce the cost. But where we are now, things that we buy it from the market. Chalk, marker, and all these things, we buy it from the markets. They have not reduced their, let's say, selling prices and their items. So how do we also reduce our school fees? You understand? But we are going to talk, and I believe in negotiation. And we have worked with these parents for a longer period of time. So we are going to remedy the situation.
Well, some parents we have been engaging with have also been sharing their frustration because for most of them, salaries have not been increased, yet they have to cough up this amount of money to be able to educate their children.
Well, I do understand the institutions and their decision to increase fees, but then, as a parent, we're also looking at perhaps our employers increasing our salaries and all that, but it's not happening. So you just have to squeeze the little you have to make sure that you are paying the school fees. For me, for instance, I think for once I get to pay school fees for 2 kids at a time, and at a time when the fees are increased, I'm thinking about like a Radimau. But you have no option because you need the kids to go to the good schools. You need them to have the best of education. Their foundation is very important. So we just have to cope with it. It's a tough time. We all understand things are really tough. But as a parent, you want to get the best for your kids. So we are just struggling. We are trying our best to make sure that we can pay the fees for them to go to school.
Until at least from 750, it can be at 300. Be cry about 500. Normally, I become 1,003. More than at least I want to consider a kakra. no monte so kakra mai because books kram buy and what me share school fees no kwana so anya de ordinary bakra heading enye easy mai at least some boy kaka.
The economy, what's happening in the economy has affected everything a whole lot, and it includes the school. The bills have increased fine more than we expected, but if you see when it comes to the academics, they are very good in academics. So sometimes the child's performance is something that will boost you to cope with the changes that has come in.
I'm the 5 cities more and I can fees no. The ABR said we are better to study at Tiana Adenetia.
They have added 500 Ghana cedis to the fees. We have done everything possible to plead with them to reduce it, but to no avail. This is a drain on our finances. Money is hard to come by these days, so it is important they do something for us. Else, I may consider enrolling my kids in a different school.
But move to compare the move for baby 1 million and I said 2 million. Now, 5 minutes is there. In fact, too much. What I say?
They say you fees in the increase because last year and I calling different. They say different now, but a dozen. Difference will be 2 million. See a dozen. Yentiminchia. A Juman Sonia. What to my and talk? What to be already DNA dinina yen sembe break kwa. Na yesusu sense she na omo ye no mo bete so am tie kra na ye twen se anytime bia o be bia school bi o bete so am ba o mo bia ye bia school na ye kwatua na ye nte so.
Well, for most parents, they will appreciate it if something is done to reduce the fees. From Kumasi, Ibrahim Abubakar, TV3.